got medics coming, okay?
This emergency rescue underneath the Portage, Indiana overpass took hours. For Matthew Ream, the will to survive took even longer, 6 days.
What did you eat? What did you drink?
So I didn't eat anything. All the water and stuff from the road above me would wash down and land right in my sunroof. And I would take my sweatpants to where it would collect that water, and then I would basically suck the water out of my sweatpants.
Last month, Matthew says he was heading to a friend's funeral when he swerved to avoid a deer.
The guardrail basically just showed up on the left-hand side of my truck. And, after that, it was all downhill.
He was pinned inside his mangled truck, hidden underneath an overpass.
I can't feel the lower part of my leg. There's something wrong.
His phone wedged on the other side of the dashboard.
I was just yelling, please somebody help me. And I could hear sirens and I could hear voices out in the distance. And I would yell and nothing.
As the days went on, Matthew lost his will to live. He even considered ending his life.
There was just that voice in my head of my best friend just saying stop.
But finally, on day 6, a father and son-in-law, Mario Garcia and Navarro de la Torre, went out for a walk when they noticed Matthew's wrecked truck underneath the bridge.
What did you think when you first saw him laying there?
I didn't know if he was alive or not because he was out at that moment. His first thing is, are you real? And yeah, I'm real.
Matthew was airlifted to a hospital in critical condition, later having his leg amputated, but gaining a new lease on life.
Who was Matt before the accident? Who is Matt now?
So Matt before the accident suffered with anxiety, depression. So my mission going forward, I want to make people happier.
As Matthew regained his strength,
There he is.
he also gained a family. 2 weeks ago, the men reunited for the first time at the hospital. And today, they reunited once again.
It's amazing to see all three of you here. How does it feel to be reunited?
It changed my life meeting Matt. That's something positive.
He's like my son now.
It's always amazing to see him. I don't think that even in 20 years, my thoughts on that will change.
Dana Griffin, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.